IoT Tech Expo Global in London, and I'm talking to Don Garnier, co-founder of Blecon. Don, could you quickly talk about what it is that you do at Blecon and who Blecon are?
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, thanks. So what we're doing at Blecon is like enabling companies who make products to collect physical data from devices using Bluetooth as the connectivity backend. So really like enabling new applications which wouldn't be possible otherwise, and trying to use all the goodness from Bluetooth, which has been super successful in the consumer space, and bring that to more B2B use cases.
And so what is it that you're showcasing more specifically at the event?
So today we're really showcasing the concept of smart beacons. People are very familiar with regular beacons, which just broadcast an identity and you can like spot them and you then know where your assets are based on that. Well, we're trying to supercharge this concept using smart beacons, which are things that give you an identifier, but also monitor the condition of an asset and record it as it flows through a supply chain. And then when it gets through like key points in your supply chain, you can get an accurate audit of what happened to your asset, as opposed to just knowing, oh, actually it was here at that point, or the temperature was here at that point. Like with smart beacons, you get like much more insights into what's happened to it.
And so how do smart beacons differ from classic beacons? What are the key differences?
Well, one of the great things about it is that those can be enabled by the same hardware. But where the smartness is a bit different is in the software side of things, where like the data that they collect is buffered throughout like the supply chain, and only when they reach like the right infrastructure which allows them to connect and upload the data, they will upload it, and it will be like in a way where you actually know that the data made it to its destination. So you're not losing anything. Whereas with classic beacons, you're like they're a bit like someone used the crying baby analogy with me yesterday, and they're like just shouting all the time, "Hey, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here." But if no one's here to listen, then you have no idea if that data will actually make it to your like data warehouse. Whereas with those smart beacons, you have that whole like explicit acknowledgement and that whole like secure communication aspect that you wouldn't get with those classic beacons.
It sounds like a really interesting representation of how data is becoming so key and integral to companies, particularly when we're looking at supply chains.
No, absolutely, and like getting that whole bringing that promise of, oh, we'll get your data there and no one will be able to see it or tamper with it, enables a whole range of applications that you wouldn't be able to enable with classic beacons, because you can't necessarily trust the data, or you can't trust that you will have data completeness. So what we're really excited about is that we can now target like use cases which are targeting much more high-value assets, or like trickier supply chains where we don't have necessarily the full visibility over what's going on as your asset is going through the supply chain. And that's why we're really excited about that smart beacon concept.
Could you talk about what some of those use cases are?
Yeah, so let's say you have like a food safety use case. So I'm gonna tag like my food parcels with like Blecon labels, and those will record the temperature of my food like as it goes through its supply chain. And so if it gets left out in the sun like somewhere, and like the temperature goes above like a certain temperature, then when I do receive the parcel, even if there was no infrastructure where that happened, I will know, because like I'll get all the record of like the temperature data, and we'll see, oh, actually 3 days ago that food parcel was left out in the sun, and therefore it's not proper for consumption, so I can reject the parcel and get a refund from my supplier.
Awesome. I mean, it sounds like the exact kind of technology people need now to address some of those challenges. So could you, before we wrap up, could you say a few comments about being here at IoT Tech Expo Global?
Yeah, no, it's been a really exciting show for us. The first time we're here. I think it was interesting to talk to a slightly different audience than the one we're used to. We talked to people from various industries who could actually benefit from those like that smart beacon concept. So that was really exciting for us, and we're hoping that we'll get like some interesting projects out of it.
Great. Well, thank you so much for talking to me, Don.
Yeah, thanks a lot.